We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Oh, welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SidescrollersPlus.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, happy Monday to you. You having a good day? You are good. Did you have a good weekend? You did? Great. Did you get outside and touch some grass? You didn't? Go outside, touch some grass. Good to see everybody. Glad you're with us today. We have a phenomenal show for you. I somehow managed to piss off the internet not once, not twice, but 3 times this weekend, and I didn't even know it, which is great. But first and foremost, let's find somebody who I piss off on a day-to-day basis. Blabs. Hello.
Hi, it's true. No, that's not true. But it rained all weekend long, so I didn't really touch grass. I was quite sad.
Yeah. I've yet been able to get outside and really do anything because, I can't run or anything or move.
I mean, you could crawl.
Yes, I could crawl, but...
What about the wheelbarrow?
What?
Well, not an actual wheelbarrow, right? I mean, but you could go in one. But I'm saying, like, you could do those wheelbarrow races, right? So somebody lifts up your legs and you run. You could do that.
Sounds like a great opportunity to hurt something else.
What, you just saying you can't run on your arms?
No, I cannot run.
You could wear the hand pads like you do for rollerblading.
I cannot run.
No. Somebody picks up your legs, right?
Oh my
and then
God.
they hold them, so that way your foot's not even touching the ground or anything. And then you run, and you put like little hand pads so you don't hurt your hands and all that because you're old man fragile.
I ain't doing that shit, Blabs.
I tried.
I ain't doing that shit. I'm like the guy from what's that stupid movie? Something About Mary. The guy who walks around on all fours. Have you seen Something About Mary, Blabs?
Isn't that with Cameron Diaz like a million years ago?
Yes, a million years ago. Yes.
Well, everything feels like a million years ago. Like 2020 feels like a million years ago, but it was 5 years ago. But it also feels like it was yesterday. So you know what I'm saying?
Boy, does it.
I remember bits and pieces of that movie.
Yeah, I bet Flash definitely knows Something About Mary.
That's a great movie. Yeah,
it's a good one. Yeah. You remember the guy walking around on all fours in that one? There's a guy who I'm pretty sure it was Something About Mary, right? He was like, he's it's the opposite of like a quadriplegic. He's literally using like walking around like a dog. It was weird. I guess he had some sort of back issue or something. I don't know. Anyways, that's what Blabs wants me to do.
Why not? Since you can't run.
Yeah, I can't run.
Forrest.
You can hardly walk. Got another week in the boot, and then we'll get out of the boot and see what we got with an MRI. But I'm pretty sure I tore some ligaments here. So we'll see.
You get to go in the giant Tweety Bird machine. I hate those.
Yeah.
God, they're so annoying and loud.
Well, we'll see. We'll see where we're at in a week from now. But yes, Flash, I did piss off not 1, not 2, but 3 fandoms over the weekend.
3?
Yeah.
Why can't you run?
I busted my ankle pretty good here, Flash. Take a look at this bad boy.
No, not a foot thing again.
Look at
Okay.
that.
Oh,
it's in the boot.
Sucks.
Yeah. So I busted up pretty good.
Killing your cardio game, eh?
Killing the entire game. But I'll tell you, the one good thing is
you can still do a lot of upper body stuff.
Yeah.
Punch a bag,
stand there. Yeah, I can absolutely do that. I will certainly get into that. Biggest thing is just kind of adjusting to it, but it's forced me to kind of keep a closer eye on what I've been eating and what I haven't been eating, which has been good. So that's because I know I haven't been able to get to the gym as much, but
it's crazy expensive to eat healthy.
I don't know, man. I don't think so. I actually
I buy because I'm doing a lot of cutting, so I buy a lot of low calorie, high protein stuff, and it raised my grocery bill like almost by $200.
Dude, you know what we did at our house for the first time is
it says a lot, doesn't it? That it's cheaper to buy fat shit.
Well, it's super easy process stuff. But one thing that we've done in our family is we used to just go to the store and buy stuff, and I was like, oh, whatever. We actually started for the first time. We have like taco night and we have spaghetti night, so we started doing that, and it's cut our grocery bill down like in half. It's been really good, and it's forced us to eat what we have instead of just having a bunch of shit laying around. So that's been really good. But
you can get healthy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like these, they make these chips. I forget the name of them, but they're really high protein chips.
Mm-hmm.
But like a bag of those, a small bag like you get from a thing is like $3.
Yeah,
you get a whole bag of burritos for that price.
Yep. Well, always eat from the outside of the grocery store. That's what they say. Eat the outside stuff. The closer you get to the center, the more processed it is. That's what I've always heard. So. Anyways, look, we do have a great show for you guys. Lots going on in the internet.com. We are here with a lot of news. We're going to be getting into the Switch stuff. There's more. We're going to talk about the tariff situation and how that applies to video games. Like, as I said, somehow I pissed off 3 different fandoms. We're going to get to some Epic Universe stuff. We have a little bit of update on Minecraft and how that just killed over the weekend, as well as Snow White. We got some Snow White stuff. We have a packed run sheet today, so we'll see how far we go. But we're glad you're with us today. First and foremost, I want to let you know we do have a couple big videos coming for you guys this week. As you know, Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's when we're releasing these videos. We're going to premiere both these videos this week because I want to get you guys in the habit of knowing that these videos come on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesday, Blabs versus Super Mario Brothers 2. And then we have Nerd Duel on Thursday with Mally Mouse, Kay from Melee Games, and Vera Dark. So make sure you guys tune into those. It says 2 o'clock. That is the tentative schedule, but we'll be doing a premiere for those immediately after the show. So you won't actually have to go anywhere because we'll raid those premieres, which is great. So
what did you think of Super Mario 2, Blabs?
I can't say anything yet until it premieres.
You can't just say if you liked it or not?
I'm not saying jack shit until it premieres. You gotta watch.
I like Mario 2.
Mario 2 is the there was a time in video games where the sequel wasn't necessarily like the original, and that happened a lot in that era. I think of like Zelda 2. I think of Mario 2. There's a lot of sequels, even like Batman, the original Batman on the NES, and then like Batman Return of the Jokers. They were drastically different games. But I think Mega Man was the franchise that really kind of brought the idea of like, here's the same game with a little bit more. And that's kind of how we saw 6 Mega Mans on the original Nintendo. And, it kind of standardized the idea of
the original Far Cry.
The standardization of standardizing games. So anyways, I had a number of people reach out to me. I mentioned that April, the promo code April over at sidescrollersplus.com was going to be ending on Friday. I had a number of people reach out to me and say, hey, I don't get paid till next Friday. Will you extend it out to next Friday? So I said, yes, I will extend it out to next Friday. So promo code April is still available this week. If you'd like to get $30 off your annual membership, we are closing in on 400 members right now over on Plus. So please join us over there. It's $60 for the entire year. In 1989 money, that's like 6 cents, apparently. That's the argument on the internet right now. So anyways, you can use promo code April over there. So a lot going on. As always, I like to start the show with Today in Gaming History today. So Blabs, what do we have to start off?
Well, April 7th, everybody's Darren 4081 released in Japan in 1990. We have an Alias video game, which I didn't know existed. It's basically based off the, TV show Alias, released in 2004. And then we have Ninja Blade, released in 2009. Yay!
Well, Blabs.
I know.
I don't know any of those games. I've never played any of them. This is the first time, I think, that there's been no games.
Well, I guarantee you know a couple of these that she missed today, Flash.
Or just didn't put in.
Okay. 26 years ago, released for the PC, Team Fortress Classic was released in 1999.
I never played that one.
Here's the other one. John Ramiro's Daikatana. Do you know anything about this game, Flash?
No.
Okay. This was the next great video game. John Romero, one of the creators of Doom, he's coming out and he's making the next big FPS. As a matter of fact, this was the marketing for the game. Check this out. They put these in magazines. John
about to
Romero,
make you his bitch.
about to make
Trying
you
to be
his
that.
bitch.
It was that 90s edge.
Yeah, suck it down. Daikatana turned out to be one of the biggest flops of all time.
I bet. I'd never heard of it.
Yeah, pretty horrible stuff. So,
this all sucks.
Yeah,
Blabs
excuse
wins.
me. It was slim pickings today.
Oh, well, Chronicles of Rick! Blabs!
Oh no.
Blabs, you're fired. Blabs!
Uh-oh.
Blabs! Blabs!
Broforce 11 years ago? America right there. Mortal Kombat Mobile? Okay.
There's a lot of Android games today.
House of the Dead
Riddick's a
remake.
great game.
Yeah.
That was on Xbox,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Is that the Xbox? Yep. I played. That game's great. Blabs,
Yeah.
you're fired. One.
So there you go.
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
Blabs. There you go. Blabs, game you'd totally be into, by the way. Hannah Montana, the movie, was
I
released.
knew. Here's the thing. I was so close to trolling everyone and putting that in there. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that to Yellow Flash today.
Oh.
So I didn't. And I never played that game, by the way, but I have seen the movie, obviously.
You'd have been justified to put it in there because there's only one good game on that list, in my opinion. One that I care about. Just Riddick.
See, and
Just
Craig was
Riddick.
ready for Flash to just like steamroll me and be like, "You're fired, you
No.
little shit." Yeah,
No.
yeah. Did you not see? He's like,
Shit.
well, look at this list today. It's like, aha, behold my list.
Not a
of
lot to
shit.
pick from.
Some days it's slim pickings there for Blabs, but missing Daikatana. Why would you know Daikatana? You probably
No.
shouldn't. It's an interesting little footnote in the world of video games, you know. And I love the advertisement. John Ramirez about to make you his bitch. So
His name's Jose Ramirez now.
no, it's John Romero. John Romero. Chitty Walk came in with the number 5 months. It says, some people have no idea how bad things are going to get under tariffs. Culture war issues are about to be very insignificant. Thank you, Chitty Walk. Appreciate that.
What a name.
Slagless says, Craig, have you heard about the comic book creator who filed charges against 2 people who made fun of him online and his YouTuber friend who screams at girls for being friends with another man? No, I haven't.
That's clickbait.
Okay.
That's clickbait.
New York Giants fan came in and says, today's words of wisdom to ponder. Wise man says, If a baby refuses to take its nap, it is not resisting arrest. Ha 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 ha. Poor Craig, put your glasses on. They're not here in the room anymore. I removed them
Why? You don't like Racine?
because you laugh at me every time.
Wait a second. So you'd rather be blind than be able to read on a live stream?
No, they're actually in the other room because I used them the other day, so it's all right. I just forgot to bring them in. I'll go get them if you want.
Well, that means your eyeballs. You be the judge.
Go read Upers. I'll go get them. Hold on.
All right, Uper for 5 says, I was so excited about all
I'll
the
go
Switch
get them.
news."
Bye.
Thank you for interrupting. I went out and bought a Steam Deck. That's the spirit. I remember hearing people going, "Oh my god, I'm gonna like sell my Steam Deck for this Nintendo Switch too," and then the prices drop, and they're like, "Never mind, I'll keep it."
I love Steam Deck.
I hear it's great. I don't have one.
It is for some games, man. Some games it chugs on, but there's so many good older games to play anyway. Like I'm dedicated to finally beating Fallout 4. So I've been playing that on my Steam Deck and it fucking runs great.
I just want to point out that we had Rachel Maddow for all of 2 seconds, and then she left again. Did anyone see where she went?
Rachel Maddow doesn't wear a hat.
What's your rebuttal?
That's right.
Okay. All right, I'll just keep going then.
Yeah, please.
Slag says, "Hi, Craig. Have you heard about? Why aren't these clearing? Damn it. Okay. New York Giant fan says today's words. What
Joey said.
Joey!
StreamYards. Okay,
No
Joey.
way!
Hi, Joey says, "Hey, side scrollers. The Washington Post recently did an interview with Doug Bowser, the president of Nintendo of America. He's trying to justify the pricing of the Switch 2 and the games.
The damage control mode.
PR stunts.
What a shit show. They have totally lost control of the conversation. I think it's pretty funny, even though I'm a retard that is going to buy one. I still think it's funny how they've lost control
You're
of
the
this.
problem.
I am.
So
I'm not going to lie and say I'm not going to buy it and then secretly buy it. Yeah, I'm probably going to get it. Sorry.
Well,
I even bought the Wii U.
Yeah, I had the Wii U as well. And look, here's the thing. I will wait.
Don't blame me though. It's sold out all over the world.
Yeah, exactly. And we're gonna get to that. We had a dude in the chat earlier, and they left, and they're like, "I don't understand why you're so upset about the price of the games." Like, I'm not upset at the price of the games. They can price whatever they want, you know. And he was kind of like spam. He was like super autistic, you know, kind of trying to get his point across. And I think that's been the most interesting thing about this is like. I've said many times, I said it in text, I've said it on here, but people only take what they want out of this. Like they can price the games whatever they want. It doesn't matter to me because ultimately the market will decide if they want to buy the games at $80. It's up to them. But people hear that and they're like, why are you hating Nintendo? It's like, okay, you know, so anyways, there you go. In other news, SAG-AFTRA is a scam. Peaceful protests continue in Moscow sends U.S. citizens awaiting trial to a psychic hospital. Must be liberals. Okay, thank you for that. Gear came in, says, it's Montez time. Nintendo has zero ideas on how to beat the Valve Steam Deck, but instead gone full Apple of gaming. As spicy as that Genshin English voice actor drama, they'll force people to switch to Japanese dub. Yellow Flash.
Yeah, I got to say, English voice actors, some of the biggest pieces of shit out there. Absolutely. For some reason, English voice actors and mainstream comic book people are some of the nastiest motherfuckers out there.
It's almost like they are the pot calling the kettle black, almost. It's amazing. Software Cook on Plus for 5 says making folks angry without ever doing anything. Craig, true talent, bro. Right? We'll spend a lot of time on that today. Ruffy Yoshi says, hey Craig, I've been a listener for a few months and I'm really enjoying the show. First time I saw you was during the AVGN's Christmas Carol episode where you played the Ghost of Christmas Past. Well, that is a deep cut right there. It's 2007 called, and they like their reference back. But thank you very much for your support and finding me again. Some people think I've fallen off, which we'll get to here in a little bit. Lance Corball Hawk says, honestly, it's a shock the prices of AAA games stayed at $60 for as long as it did. Despite prior inflation with Biden's inflation, it was inevitable. Luffy came in and says, didn't know if this was mentioned, but apparently the switch to enhanced games are just Switch 1 cards with a code for the upgrade. No reason to buy physical. Just spend the $20 for the upgrade. Yeah. There's a lot of odd things happening with Nintendo right now. And CG Hero says, Ninja Blade was really fun on the Xbox 360. It was over the top and didn't take itself too seriously. Also probably set a record for highest number of quick time events. Thanks, CG Hero. Appreciate your support. Aramis says, hello, side scrollers. Great to be back after my 6-month workout. All right. Love the new digs and the new events. Hope everyone is staying safe out there in the USA. Blabs, I missed you. You as well, Craig. Thanks, Aramis. Appreciate that. It's good to see you. Glad you're back. And Commodore Fan with the 5 says, as a backer, I got an email yesterday that Jonathan Bowlerjack, who is producing the doc Stan Lee, the final chapter, exposes Stan's elder abuse before his death, canceled the Kickstarter, and it's gotten outside funding, so it might get a wider release. Interesting. So we had Gary on a few weeks ago when I was at the beach. Remember that, Blabs? We had Gary on. We were talking about that.
Yeah, with your Starlink internet that crashed out.
Yeah, it's silly, but
really? Not that good then.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was funny. He was all like, "Oh, I'm using Starlink's internet. Yeah, your old boss, Gary." And right when he's saying it, he just completely crashes out and becomes Netflix Craig, and is just a black screen. It's absolutely hilarious.
I was thinking about getting one as like a backup.
Yeah, I do think it's a good product. That crash out had nothing to do with Starlink. It just was funny timing. So, but that's good to know, Commodore Fan. That's
sounds like something a shill would say.
Totally. No, it was definitely the shit PC I was using at the time. Joseph came in, says, watch Blabs react to 1998 WWF on locals. We need to introduce Blabs to Steiner Math in the bonus time It's non-violent, Blabs, but I expect it to confuse you. Montez, thank you so much, Joseph. Yes, that is available. We actually have 2 videos up over at Side Scrollers Plus right now that are up for everybody. Number 1 is a Montez maker. So if you would like to use Montez, if you'd like to create your own version of Montez, Phoenix has gone out of his way to create a template for you. So you can actually make your own Montez. Maybe we'll use it on the show. So you can find that right here. It says Montez Maker is here right there. You can see that. Bingo. And then we have Blabs reacts to WWE Oh My God moments from 1998. This includes Mick Foley getting tossed off a Hell in a Cell. So if you're a Plus member, you can go over and watch that right now. We have lots of stuff popping over there. And we added these nice little playlist over here on the side where you can keep it on this. So yeah, head over there. Once again, Plus, use promo code April. Get $30 off your annual membership over there.
Well, RoboNext commented on the 1998 video saying that Cody Rhodes approves.
Oh, good. That's good. That's excellent. All right, let's go and move on. We have a lot to talk about, so let's get into it, friends. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News.
Hard News.
Okay, this is a nice little meme. I've seen this before, but it sure is funny. This is just a tweet I saw being passed around this weekend, but I've seen this before in the past, but it is never more relevant than it is today. And that is how based everything was in 2006, including your Nintendo Wii.
Better times. Which one do I pick?
See them laughing right in Daydem's face. God, that's awesome. That face alone, pretty outstanding. God, what do you think they would do? Like, do you think they just stare at the screen and slowly have a breakdown?
Yeah.
Sad day. Sad day. Well, golly, Blabs, should we open up? Maybe we should open up some sort of therapy for that. You know, like therapy.
Give him
video
a therapy
game player.
bucket.
Yeah, you know, that's therapybucket.com, and people can go and throw in.
Only 2 genders. It's the law.
This is it's an executive order. Don't you tell them, Flash, what they are and what they aren't. They'll just look at the Wii U, the Wii confused. I mean, this face. Look at that. Sorry, it's funny. It is. You can't help but laugh. And like it's. Oh my gosh, we got so much more to talk about there. But good for the Wii there.
Oh, by the way, breaking news. Apparently, China says President Trump is bullying them.
Oh,
with the tariffs.
Oh, well.
So anyway,
How about suck it up, Buttercup? Let's go. I thought we were doing international trade here. Well, we'll get to
Fuck
that.
China.
We will get to the tariffs here and how they're affecting video games here. Let's talk about the Switch 2 first and foremost. There's a lot going on with the Switch 2. We talked about it for pretty much 3 straight days. You know, the news has kind of subsided a little bit, but there's still some little bits of information that are popping out there, including the cost of the tech demo, the welcome tour that is being released for the Switch 2. Blabs, did you see that you can buy the tech demo digital only for the Switch 2 for $9.99?
yeah, I feel like we saw that the other day, didn't we?
That's such bullshit, though. Sony didn't even do that.
Yeah, we saw that they were going to make you pay for it, but we didn't know how much they were going to make you pay for it.
$10 for a demo, amazing.
$10.
Astro's Playroom is actually a really fun game, and it's free with every PlayStation 5. Sony gets twice as much shit than Nintendo does. I just gonna say. But Nintendo's doing things that are significantly worse than Sony's done.
Well, listen, you are a horrible person if you think that, Flash, because you are going against the Nintendo lovers out there. and they will find you and they will murder you. I want to let you know that they are psychos. They are fucking psychos. But yeah, I listen. I don't disagree with what you're saying, Flash. There's
even now in the chat, people are getting. I'm a Sony shill apparently now.
Right.
I'm just pointing out facts. Sony did not charge for their tech demo.
Well, there are consequences to having an opinion on the internet, Flash. I want to let you know that. So don't you do it. Don't you have that opinion. And so people will be upset about that. So anyways, $10 if you want to buy the demo, the welcome tour demo for the Nintendo Switch 2. I found this really interesting because we saw that little snippet of information about how it was Reggie Fils-Aimé who really convinced Nintendo Japan for the Wii in particular to bundle Wii Sports with the Wii for free, because they wanted people to buy that as well. And Wii Sports ended up being the best tech demo in video game history.
Yeah,
one of the most best-selling games ever. And I understand the idea of wanting to be paid for your work, but you also need to be able to understand what people are paying for. So the fact that Reggie was able to do that, and you've seen some turnover at Nintendo over the last few years, and I think this kind of reflects some of the changes that are happening there. The idea that you're going to pay $10 for the demo. So
I think they're going to walk that back. By the way,
you think so?
That's my prediction, is that they're going to make that game free.
Wow. Okay. We'll see what happens there.
And that's the only thing I think they're going to do, by the way. that.
Yeah, they will not be walking back the price anytime soon.
No, if anything, I think the price is going to go up.
I agree. Speaking of some of the turnover that's happened over at Nintendo, Doug Bowser, the ironically named Doug Bowser, was talking about the price of video games. This was mentioned earlier. Joey mentioned this in his super chat. Talked about the Washington Post had an article, an interview with Doug Bowser, who is like head of Nintendo America. And he was talking about the price of the Switch 2 games. Blabs, I'll let you go ahead and read this quote from Doug Bowser here.
Okay, Doug Bowser on Switch 2 game prices. What you see right there is variable pricing. We'll look at each game, really look at the development that's gone into the game, the breadth and depth of the gameplay, if you will, the durability over time, and the repeatability of gameplay experiences. Those are all factors, and there's so many more that go into consideration of what is the right price point for the game. So I think you can anticipate that there will be variable pricing, and we haven't set a benchmark.
So what he's saying is not... this is a very standard practice when it comes to literally any product, right? You put in the amount of time that you put in, it's a cost benefit analysis, and then we're going to determine the price of it, right? If we're going to spend X number of dollars, okay, that's fine. And then we want to price it at this much, right? But here's the problem. They say we haven't set a benchmark. You have. The first game you announced is $80. And that is the first thing that parents will see. I'm going to say this again. I had more conversations this weekend with other parents, just casual conversations with parents. They know what I do. They've tuned into the show. They've seen what we talk about on a day-to-day basis. And we were talking about the Switch 2. And I was talking to one dad about it. And he said, I kind of said, what are your thoughts on $80 video games? And he had not heard the price of Mario Kart World being $80. And his exact response, he looked at me and he goes, "Whoa, really? $80 for the video game?" That's what I've been saying. There's going to be immense sticker shock when it comes to looking at the price of games. And he said, I've used this analogy 3 or 4 times over the past week. The idea that when you're at Target and you're looking at the Switch 2 and you see $80 games here, and then you look over here and you see Switch 1 games for $40, $50, and $60, you are going to turn over here and buy the Switch 1 instead of the Switch 2 if you're in the market for a console. That's just the reality of it. I'm sorry that it hurts people's feelings.
You think so?
Yes, I very much.
Did they do that with the 360 and the 1 and the PS3 and the 4?
I think it's different now, right? Because it's not so much the price of the console. It's not. I think it's going to be the price of the games that pushes people. I think that, and I could be totally wrong, but my gut says that I think we're going to see a spike in Switch 1 sales as opposed to Switch 2 sales. And by the way, I think Switch 2 is going to go gangbusters, just to be clear. But everybody who can't get a Switch 2 or is looking at the cost of games at Switch 2 will just go buy a Switch 1 instead.
That's like most people already have a Switch 1.
A lot of people do, but you'd be surprised how many don't. Or they buy a second for their kid or whatever it may be.
I disagree with you. I don't think it's going to matter. I think people are still going to buy it anyway.
Oh, no. And to be clear, I agree with you. I do very much feel that. I think that it'll be sold out. They said they're going to make 20 million consoles this year. I think they're going to sell 20 million consoles. They could sell 30 million consoles, right? But I think for the average mom and dad who go to the store, they're going to be like, oh, shit. So, but well, I guess we'll see. Let's go continue here. Now, I saw that this was kind of a viral post that got passed around over the weekend. Talking about Mario Kart World in comparison to Sonic Cross Worlds. And it says, bro, look at how ass Mario Kart World is in comparison to Sonic Cross Worlds. Y'all really going to drop $500 to $530 on a slow down, hand-holding Forza Horizon knockoff for babies instead of $40 to $60 for Cross Worlds? And when you put them side by side, I mean, it does look pretty spectacular. You look at you look at the Sonic game on the right, and you see the open world nature of Mario Kart on the left. And yes, on the surface, Sonic does look spectacular.
I like how it's just him driving alone and the other racers aren't there and items aren't going. Mm-hmm. But they made sure to show footage of an actual race on the right.
And I did want to show that because in fairness to Mario Kart, you know, there's some pretty spectacular footage of Mario Kart over here, which when you look at this,
there we go.
This looks pretty freaking cool. It does look super fun. And
that's not an intentional dunk by some Sonic fan.
Right. And
he probably owns a medallion.
Probably has one of those fucking stuffed animals with a hole in it too. There's a lot of weird people in Sonic fandom. A lot of furries and the biggest one ever, Chris Chan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we've really seen over the last, we've seen this in video games and culture as a whole, is you see these people picking sides like, oh, I'm a Sonic fan, I can't like Nintendo. I'm a Nintendo fan, I can't go against the billion-dollar company. You know, like this is going to go into something we talk about here in just a second, this idea of toxic positivity, right? I must defend this billion-dollar company, right? Like, it's amazing to see the strides that people take to defend these companies.
Let the $1 million company alone.
No, the $1 billion company, yes.
You know what I'm talking about? The fat guy with the knives.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's go get into that now. Then we'll come back to the tariffs here in just a second, because I went out of, well, I didn't even go out of my way. I just said something very I got to be honest, I thought was fairly milquetoast and kind of bland. But there's a clip of the show that's been passed around and been seen by a lot of folks. And it starts with this. We talked about this last week with IJustine. And listen, I talked about how I somehow managed to piss off 3 fandoms. Those 3 fandoms are the Nintendo fandom, the IJustine fandom, and the other one, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, is the Disney fandom, which is awesome. But it started with this last week when we talked about this is Access Media and toxic positivity rolled up into one 23-second video. Did you see this, Flash?
No, I didn't see this.
Let me just kind of show this to you really quick.
Check it out. I just got a chance to play the new Mario Kart World, and it was so much fun. But take a closer look at the Nintendo Switch 2 with the display on. Huge screen. So fun, so crisp, so clean. Oh, it's beautiful. I cannot wait.
Must not have seen the OLED model, huh?
Well, I mean, whether she has or not, right? Like, when I think of Access Media, like, yes, you have access to something that other people don't. And when I think of toxic positivity, it's everything is great all the time. This is awesome. Check this out, right? Like, and I think that both of these things are very negative aspects of not just the video game industry, but just all fandoms like this idea that we can't look at things objectively. And to be clear, this may be a phenomenal screen, right?
No,
it may
it's
be
not.
awesome.
The OLED, they should have put an OLED in it. It's fucking shit that they didn't, because in a year or two, there will be a switch to OLED model so they can fucking double dip. They should have had 2 versions out of the gate. They should have had an OLED model out of the gate. And it's kind of shitty that we don't have that option, because I mean, they're gonna make you double dip it in 2 years. Here's our switch to OLED model, and that OLED model would blow whatever the fuck that screen is away.
Well, I responded to this because, as I said, apparently this post is making, and here's the thing. When I post on X, I post it and I mute it. And I just like, honestly, I forget about 90% of the post I make, right? I'll go back and I'll look and I'll see if something kind of popped off. And this one popped off. I said, apparently this post is making the rounds, and some have asked, what's the problem here? I said, simple, it's fake. To be clear, I have nothing but respect for IJustine for being in the game and flourishing as long as she has. But I mean, she described the screen as fun, right? And I included a 3.5-minute video here from when we had Vera on talking about this the other day. And the response to this tweet in particular, it brought out both the Nintendo lovers and the IJustine lovers, including IJustine. She responded below, and fucking A, awesome. Like I said, cool. She said, the game is fun, not the screen, but go off. Well, then say the game is fun. Don't say the screen is fun. And cool, awesome. Player Essence says, this makes you look super lame, man. This is beneath you as a freaking creator of Screw Attack. Shake my head. And to be clear, like when you look at the quoted tweets of this.
Oh, she replied to you.
Yeah. She replied down below. Yeah. The game was fun, not the screen, but go off. It's like, well, she said the screen was fun. That's what she said. The screen was fun. But when you look at
screen fun,
that was exactly what I said. You know, I was like, how? I don't understand. And I understand that people, misspeak. I get it, right? But you have as many takes as you want when it comes to this, right? So Player Essence says, bro, this beneath you, man. You're the creator of freaking Screw Attack. You used to inspire thousands of content, thousands to create content. Can you not see how much of a lame this makes you look like? Legit, this is corny. How can you have fallen this far? Used to watch Craig stuff back in the day, but this guy is such a genuine loser. Why are you wasting your breath on this nonsense? Justine didn't even do anything.
Sip.
Why do we have to tear down others online? They are talking about toxic positivity while being toxic. Sorry, people like things you don't like. Well, wow, that's amazing how this worked out. And once again, I'm not even saying that I didn't like the screen, right? But you can see kind of how this goes. And by the way, this is this Miss Click girl, Blabs. This is the girl who was screaming and yelling last week. Remember her?
Ooh, who is this?
Oh, wait, you mean Toadette?
Yeah, this is the Toadette girl who was like screaming.
What is? Can I see this clip?
This clip of this down here?
No, the woman screaming and yelling.
Oh,
She's
man.
Toadette.
Yeah, she went crazy last week. And when I think of like toxic positivity, like this is kind of one of those things where you look at. I'll see if I can find that, Blab. See if you can find the overwhelming screaming reaction here.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. This I got it right here. Here we go. We talked about this last week as well.
Please take a look at this.
Is it GameCube Online? I will cry.
Oh my god!
Nintendo Plus expansion pack will be getting.
Wait, this isn't Toadette.
Library exclusive to Nintendo.
No, this is not. But we did talk about this. Look at just real
She's
quick.
not Toadette. She's the other one. She's this one crying over GameCube.
Yeah, she's the one who went from fine to crying in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
So
That's so you could tell it's fake too. I mean, I was excited, but I didn't. Come on.
Right. It's more of a fist bump than a start crying type of thing. So, anyways, yeah. So, and actually, when you look at her, she's kind of going off over here, and I think that's the most interesting. Wow, talk about it enough. But that's been like the most interesting thing is how people have made assumptions. How they make assumptions about the 3-minute clip. And they make assumptions about me, and I saw some people responding to this as like some sort of like, who is this guy? Where was this guy? Yeah, beat him up Woods. I follow this guy on X. He says it's obvious he's not a Nintendo fan, and he doesn't have nostalgia for the consoles. It's like, bitch, do you know who I am? Like, I've been talking about Nintendo games for 20 fucking years online. Nintendo consoles are the epitome of the word fun. I agree with everything that you're saying. It's amazing. So to see kind of the response from some of these folks, and once again, what's the common thing here? They're all like, they're all
Nintendo
like,
ambassador.
They're all Nintendo people, like, and that's fine. You can have your fandom. That's great.
Doug Bowser put the phone call in. We need you to work hard.
That's right. So, anyways, it was interesting to kind of see the response to that. So, I'd like to thank everybody for handing over those sweet, sweet Elon bucks for the most milquetoast statements ever. But how does this apply to the Switch and the Switch 2? With if we can transition to the tariff talk, because this is amazing. Tariffs have hit. We saw the price of games kind of the initial announcement of the Switch 2 is that it's going to be $450. And wouldn't you know it, Nintendo has come out and said the U.S. tariffs were not a factor in the $450 price tag for the Switch 2. The tariff news is fresh. And like many companies right now, we are actively assessing what the impact will be. And here's this taking, once again, Nintendo can price their games whatever they like. Ultimately, the market will decide. My concern is not the price. I mentioned that earlier. I just said, I hate to say I told you so. But this is something where anybody who looked at this knew this was what it was. And people were blaming Trump on the tariffs for the $450 price tag. And now you have people who are going out and protesting. Blabs saw this one on her timeline.
Society in 2025.
Like, are you fucking serious? Hey, like, this is
That's
what
you protest? You don't protest anything prior to that. Nothing about in the last 4 years. Nothing. And then, hands off my Zelda game. Ah, you wanker.
Hands off. Rabbit. Wow. Hands off. So there's that. And there were more.
We must switch alone, Drumpf.
Here, this guy went out. Hands off our Switches too. Thanks, tariffs. I'd rather live in Donkey Kong country. That's pretty fucking good.
Oh my God, this makes me laugh. Grab him by the Switch.
Oh my God. That's fucking funny.
That's wild.
For once, you can blame Trump.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. And we all saw this was coming. This was absolutely a thing that was gonna happen. We all knew it was gonna happen, except for those who didn't know it was gonna happen. And like I said, the next few months are gonna be really interesting and tough. I think everybody understands that. We all get it. We're all gonna need to make some adjustments and figure it out. But sometimes you got to get your ass kicked for the greater good. And we're already seeing people, these countries starting to bend a little bit when it comes to this. But whatever. I'm not huge into geoeconomics, so I can't go into the ins and outs of it all. But like I said, I said this when Joe Biden was our president. I said this when Obama was our president. I said this as long as I can remember being an adult, I've said this about our president. I want our president to be successful. Like, I don't care who it is. I want them to be successful because ultimately that means the United States is successful. And ultimately that means I get to be more successful. So if they're making the right decisions, then ultimately I get to be more successful and my family gets to be more successful and you get to be more successful. You can disagree with people's policies, but I still want the United States to be in the best position to be successful. So we'll see what happens here. This is a dramatic shift in things, and it is affecting all things from top to bottom. And I don't know, my hope, obviously, like most people, there's a lot of people who are very nervous about this stuff, but I think you have every right to be. I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't be, but buy the dip. Buy the dip. So Gear, Yellow Flash, Nicholas Daiwei of Hoyaverse is innocent, and the Japanese voice actor of Hu Tao went on a hiatus for surgery last week. Revenge needed. Thanks, Gear. Dirtus King says, I am the weak-willed because I bought every Nintendo console since the GBA, but the Wii. I will try to pre-order, but failing that, I'll take the day off to wait in line for the Switch 2.
I qualified for the. You should sign up on, if you can qualify, you should sign up for the Nintendo thing. You need 50 hours of gameplay, and you need to have been a member of Switch Online, I think, for a year.
Mm-hmm.
I had that, so I signed up for that. That's supposed to get you in a little bit earlier.
Let's go. Give it up for Andy, became a brand new Plus member. Let's go, Andy. Thank you very much for your support. Love that. Appreciate that. And head over to sidescrollersplus.com. Use promo code April. It will end this week on Friday. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate that greatly. Jason says, just a reminder, The Undertaker had a broken foot during that Hell in a Cell match. Remember that next time you show off your boot. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate you. Undertaker.
Yeah, you're not as tough as Undertaker.
Undertaker's a better man than me. I'll tell you that.
Still wrestling.
Is he?
I think so. Doesn't he just once in a while?
Nah,
still
I think
do it?
I
Is
think
he totally done?
I think he's done. Oh, by the way, just to kind of finish up thoughts on the IJustine people backlash on me. Some people who have been critical of me, and this is my biggest issue. Some people who have been critical of me, I have reached out to them privately, and they have responded to me. And I said, well, let's talk about this. And they go, yeah, that'd be cool. And then I said, well, let's set it up. And then they ghost. And the reality is that they just want Twitter points, right? That's the thing that I'm seeing, is that these people want to criticize. They want to get their Twitter points. They want to get their e-penis out there, but they don't want to actually have a real conversation about it. So whenever these people are ready to actually have a conversation, we can come on their show, come on our show, they go on their show, whatever. We can actually have a conversation and talk about the idea of like what toxic positivity is and why it's bad for all industries, not just the video game industry. So Les Chevrerie says, don't watch Devil May Cry on Netflix. It's just another bait and switch. I'm surprised Lady isn't a black lesbian with side shave. Poor Dante. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I saw that cringe.
Dan says, since Switch 2 got delayed for pre-orders in the US, but Canada hasn't. So at the end of the day, I can still get it. And I can afford it just to play Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. Good for you, Dan.
That Donkey Kong game looks great.
It does look pretty fun. Hammer says, people want to exchange my job for their entertainment. Sorry, Hammer. Pooch says, how is Flash not even heard of Daikatana? Is he younger than Blabs? That game was like ongoing disaster for like 5 years.
This was pre-internet.
Yeah, this was pre-internet. So you got to understand, if it was during the internet, that would have been on par with Concord for sure. Boise Bird says, so Nintendo is the worst company now for increasing prices compared to other companies, hating their customers for different differences in politics. No, nobody ever said Nintendo's the worst company. I still love Nintendo. I love Nintendo, but that doesn't mean you cannot. Yeah, you have to agree with everything that they do or say. Like I said, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Companies can price their games at whatever they want. Ultimately, the market will decide. See, that's what people do. They jump. They jump. Roland says, breaking news, new charges for Johnny Somali.
Really?
Oh, my God.
Hold on, let me look.
All right. Shape of Evil says, holy crap, just saw the tour program isn't a free quote-unquote game. It's $10. That's the biggest fail of the release. Yes, Shape of Evil. I don't disagree. SBZ says, I'll gladly take the tariffs than DEI bullshits. Maria says, our favorite IPs franchises that simply won't improve as long as we're not critical when it's warranted. Yes. You need to be fair and warranted. You can't just have your blinders on. Delta came into the 5, says, I was watching a clip where Gene Park was on CBS News justifying the price and using tariffs as the reason, which is sad because I like the guy. Considering my sister has already, considering my little sister is already into piracy, I'm getting nostalgic of the mid-90s as a PC gamer. Thanks, Delta. Followed up with says, it'll be fascinating to see how Nintendo handles emulation on the Switch 2 and if it impacts sales since we're not in COVID. Remember, the first Switch was rapidly emulated and fine-tuned compared to the GameCube or Wii U. And Commodore fan says, a few years back, Woods was having his younger simp fans send him free video game stuff, and he got a lot of backlash for it. So I'm not surprised he called you out, Craig, as a giant simp and shill himself for free stuff sucking Nintendo's teat. I said, suck the teat, man. If you want to suck the teat, go ahead. But you got to be critical of the milk sometimes. That's all I'm saying. Like, you can't just say, oh, gobble, gobble, yum, yum. It's great all the time. You can't do that. Joey says, Undertaker retired at Survivor Series in 2020. Well, you can't.
Yeah,
and by the way, make
whole
sure,
thing.
yeah, make sure there's full context there, Blabs. All right.
Oh, you sure?
Yes, full context, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Craig, are you ready for Houston to win tonight? Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was pretty amazing to watch the other day. Thank you for that. The Houston comeback against Duke. I thought Duke was going to win, just like everybody else. JJ says, women are the main drivers of toxic positivity or effeminate males.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, Duke's always good.
Every year. Every year.
Oh, as long as Coach K is doing his thing.
All right. This is kind of interesting. Blabs, you just pulled this up in the middle of it. Okay, here we go. We got this from Libs of TikTok. Received from multiple sources, Disney is reportedly advertising a series called Dying for Sex on the front page of their streaming service. One source says their 6-year-old saw it, started asking about it. I thought this application was supposedly to be family friendly. What's going on? Dying for Sex.
Yeah, that's kind of bad on a Disney Plus, right above Lilo and Stitch, you know?
Yeah.
But like that seems to be happening quite often. So again, it could be fake, it could be tailored or whatever, but it seems to be happening quite often. Where a lot of these movies and shows like seem to be on the homepage of Disney Plus, and they're not appropriate for children. It's like, what are you guys doing? How stupid are you?
Well, there are multiple let's be clear. There are multiple profiles on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You can have a profile for your kids. You can have a profile for adults, right? Just like you have on Netflix and such.
Correct.
So there should be some context here. Are they looking on the adult profile that watches documentaries and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and but
that's fair.
But
still, it's not a good look overall. When it's like, oh, that's what you're doing. When people just see it for the first look, right?
No,
they don't really think about it.
I give Disney a lot of shit. But on this one, I won't, because you can have a family account. And if you're going to let your kids use it, they should be on the family account.
I agree. I'll tell you what. We don't have Disney Plus, but we use somebody else's. I want to go check this personally right now. I want to go do this. So I want to go look. But I'll do it at the end of the show. Okay. Let's go and move on and talk about the flood of information that came out this weekend from Epic Universe, the new park that is opening up from Universal. That's, man, does it look spectacular. They had previews this weekend with Access Media, which, by the way, Jay, Drunk 3PO, was at Access Media. So I know he was there. I think Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers was there. They went and they saw the new Epic Universe. Flash, have you been following what's been going on with Epic Universe over there?
I didn't know it was open yet. To the other day, I saw the Ministry of Magic exhibit. That looks really cool.
Well, they had previews this weekend, it looks like. It opens up at the end of May. So we're about 6 weeks out from it opening, which is about the time where you have people come in and test things out, try some rides, try some food. And then they correct it all, and then they'll do some previews a couple weeks getting close to it. Then they'll have the big grand opening, right? On, I think it's May 22nd. Is that right, Blabs?
Yeah.
Okay.
May 22nd, May 25th.
Is there a new Harry
Potter? Few weeks.
Is there a new Harry Potter ride? Or is it just the Ministry of Magic?
No, there's a massive new one. It's probably like, from what I've been hearing and reading about it, it's like one of the best rides with the technology, because it's like the newest one. It's super innovative. So yeah. I was actually talking to an engineer about it, because he helped make it. Really cool.
I love that ride in Hogwarts Castle.
It's not my favorite. That was like the one time I actually got a little bit like nauseous on rides, and I never get nauseous ever. And it kind of made me a little bit woozy. I remember going with like Beardo and all those guys like years and years ago, and even he was like, not my favorite. Like we all felt a bit like woozy from that one.
Well, let's talk about what's going on at Epic Universe. So they had previews that went out, like I mentioned, people going around and checking it out. This is Celestial Park, which is like the center of Epic Universe, and it's lush and green, and they have these fountains going at all times. It has
beautiful. There's lots of gardens. Very pretty.
looks awesome. You know, something. It almost has like a kind of almost a
ethereal like to it.
Well, I would say like a 1920s world fairs vibe, if that makes sense. Like just kind of the future. It has a futuristic look. At least this building over here does, which I think is the. It looks like it's the merry-go-round, the carousel there. But we started seeing footage of this and responses to this as well over on X. This is in response to me. Jeremy says, I've been to Epic Universe. The videos and pictures don't do it justice. It's the single greatest theme park I've ever been to. Disney is certainly in trouble.
I've heard it takes multiple days to get through everything properly because everything is so big and there's so much detail that you'd probably need like a day at each little like portal, each land.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's gonna be huge. And I also heard that like one of the for the new Harry Potter area, the shortest building at the new Harry Potter area is still taller than the tallest buildings in Diagon Alley. Like that's how huge it is and how much of like a jump in size it is. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jay, who runs the Park Hopping channel, obviously a part of G&G as well, said Epic Universe has set the bar for theme parks very high. From the shows to the rides, they have created something that I didn't think possible. I can guarantee you have never experienced anything like this. Pics and foot videos do not do it justice. They have something no matter the age group. Thank you, Universal Orlando, for the epic adventure. So, I mean, glowing reviews from folks here who have been. There's a lot of footage over on X from the Orlando Informer Instagram account here, which if you want to follow that, you can see the Donkey Kong stuff. Let's go check out Donkey Kong here. Oh, fuck me. Damn it, whatever. But you can see it all here. And this looks really, really good. I saw this and I thought, wow, that's really cool. And this tweet, once again, somehow popped off. It has almost 2 million impressions on it. I just said Disney Parks is in serious trouble. And here is this is an interaction at, what is it? The Isle of Berg? Is that what it is?
This is Burke.
Burke.
Burke. Which is How to Train Your Dragon. And ironically, though, the one with what's his face's name, Hiccup, is like 10 times better. They got like some guy who sounds exactly like the voice actor, Jay, whatever his name is, Burchenal, whatever his last name is, like to the spot. It's uncanny. It's like, holy shit, this guy's amazing. Like even like the mannerisms, and you'll see it in this video too. The chick playing Astrid, she's got the mannerisms down. She's crossing her arms. Like really pay attention to her mannerisms. It's spot on.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
Hi, Viking.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I've never been to Burke, so I was hoping I could just get.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so
we're
much.
really excited to have you. We've never been.
Can I pet? Like,
I'm assuming you've never met a dragon before.
I have never met a dragon.
Oh, well, I'm pretty impressed. You seem very calm and confident.
I'm doing my best.
Yeah, come on over. Just let her sniff you. Stormfly, what do you think, girl? She'll come to you.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't as confident the first time I saw a dragon, was I?
This is crazy. This is amazing.
Yeah, she's pretty great, but I am a little biased.
Yeah. This is yours, I presume?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we are the fastest dragon duo in all of Burke.
Well, you guys make a great duo, and I'm so happy I got to meet you guys today.
We're so happy to see you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Labs, what are your thoughts on that? Does it make
It's
you want to
pretty
go to
impressive.
Orlando now?
I mean, that one's my least favorite because you can tell that the dragon is a person, right? So there's like the legs are clearly visible. But I do prefer
It's more for kids.
Yeah,
Right.
I do prefer the Hiccup one because with him, Toothless is an actual animatronic, and holy shit, is that impressive! Like, there's animatronics everywhere in these theme parks. So, like, magical creatures for Fantastic Beasts, the dragons for Isle of Berk, and all that, and like they're impressive. One of them is like super smoky and stuff. It's wild.
Well, post
very cool.
it in the private chat so we can see it. Because
Well, how about I share my Instagram because I'm logged in and we can actually look together.
Okay.
Let's do that.
please,
All right,
Kids are
let's-
gonna love that.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right, let's zoom. Okay, so this is Orlando Informer. Let me see if I can find. So here's a perfect example of an animatronic for like Fantastic Beasts. Look at that. That's a Niffler. Like that's very impressive in my opinion. It looks just like it in the movies. Let me see if I can find. Here's Hiccup. This is perfect. This is it.
That one does look a lot better.
Comments are in the way.
That's the full video.
Okay.
So that's pretty impressive. Here's more dragons. Yeah, I'll mute the audio, but like these are all the dragons at Isle of Bark. It's pretty darn impressive. I see we can zoom in a little bit since it is small. No, that's as big as it gets.
Fun.
Oh, kids are gonna love that part.
Oh yeah,
that's,
absolutely.
That's really cool.
Again, these are all like short feeds, so tiny.
You're right.
videos.
Disney is in trouble. Like this is, I would rather take my family here than, and I felt that way before any of this stuff was in there.
And like this is the new hotel too. Like even the hotels are like very like damn.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Universal's cleaner. It's got more like newer properties. Disney, especially when you go into like Disney, the actual Disney park where the castle is, it feels dated. Extremely dated. And it's kind of dirty.
Dude, isn't that crazy? Like you never would have said that a decade ago about Disney. The idea that another park is cleaner than Disney. And because that's something that Disney strived for, was always being, I mean, I know this just from my personal experience. Like I said, I interned at Disney over the summer one year, and I've experienced their training. I know that they, it took 6 weeks of training before you could hit the floor. And, I was only there for a couple months, and the amount of training they give you is intense. And it was all built around cleanliness and doing it the right way. And I learned a lot from, at that company. And that was, obviously 25 years ago now, but it really kind of set the standard for me for what a company should be like, at least how it should train their employees. But yeah, I mean, obviously Epic Universe looks spectacular, and it's going to be the buzz, and we'll see.
That coaster looked awesome.
Yeah, there's a dual one. Whee!
It's like the Gemini at Cedar Point.
Yeah.
America's roller coaster.
Fun fact for the chat. So Mally and I were talking about Universal all week long because we both had severe FOMO because everyone was hosted. So the entire weekend was just us sending each other clips of people posting on Instagram, like the latest at the parks. We're like, oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. So yeah, we were just nerding out FOMO all weekend long. Yay.
Well, Epic Universe opens in 6 weeks, and I think the most interesting thing about it is how will Epic Universe adjust to, like, when you have a product that's launching in the middle of a kind of a global panic like we're seeing right now with stock markets and all this stuff. Will their prices increase immediately? How will that work? Everything is uncertain. All right. Trash Panda developer says, hello, I made a game about an 8-foot-tall waifu that chases you around a Japanese village. I think the side scrollers will enjoy the trailer. I just put it out last week. It's called Hachishaku on Steam. Well, I appreciate your support. And you know what? For your $25, I will absolutely show it off. There you go. You can advertise right here to a nice little size audience here. We got this 8-foot-tall woman with giant boobs running and chasing you around. Look, wow, okay.
I see that you're a man of culture.
She's got a lot of culture going on, I'll tell you what. So there you go. You can pick it up right now.
Big fan of Resident Evil, I see, too.
There you go.
Yeah, I was getting that kind of vibe from it.
Yeah.
Dirtus King, thank you very much for your support, by the way. Dirtus King says, I think the problem is with the Switch 2 tour game is that Nintendo Land for the Wii U failed to help move that console. There will never be another Wii Sports, and Wii U was a better console with classics. Thank you, Dirtus King.
Yeah, I loved Wii U.
Ruffy Yoshi says, hey, Craig, don't know if it was asked, did you own a lot of games per console growing up? Here in Serbia, I only had 3 to 4 per console, mostly Mario related.
Hello, Serbia.
Hello, our Serbian friends. Did I own a lot of games? It was different. I didn't necessarily have to own a lot of games, but I played a lot of games. I would say I probably owned maybe 10 for each console, maybe. But I got to play a lot of games because you'd borrow games from friends. You trade.
And you could rent.
Mm-hmm. All right. I mean,
I don't think I ever owned Mario Brothers 2. I just rented it all the time.
Right. All right, well, let's get to Minecraft here. But first, we actually have an interesting little side note. We talked about the struggles of theaters, which obviously does not count when it comes to Minecraft. Minecraft is the exception here. But I do think that theaters are recovering a little bit, I would say. We're now several years out from COVID. People have kind of got back into the habit of going to theaters when there's something to see. We saw Barbie do very well. Oppenheimer did very well. Now Minecraft has done very well. But Paramount has given some advice to movie theaters, which is really sounds very customer friendly. And I think this makes a lot of sense. Paramount's advice to movie theaters: limit your trailers, don't put any ads, matinee pricing until 6 p.m., and discounted tickets on multiple weekdays. So on the weekends, do your thing. I've almost budgeted, like the last couple times I've seen a movie, I almost budget like 30 minutes after the start time for the real time of it starting, because you're going to get like 30 minutes of trailers beforehand. It used to be you'd get like, I feel like 3 or 4 trailers. Now it feels like you get like 8, 9, 10 trailers.
I hate it. Yeah.
There's too much there. But I don't know. I think that's pretty good advice. Blabs, you got anything on that?
Nope.
Okay.
How about you
really
make better movies?
Well, yeah, obviously make decent shit that people will go see. The end.
Well,
I've
he really
seen,
lost.
Rumors of like, oh, we'll allow smoking, like weed in theaters and texting in theaters and
Oh
stuff
my
like
God,
that.
no.
It's like, that's not gonna help people go.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I fucking hate when people pull their phone. Man, that pisses me off.
There's
Like,
this clip.
How narcissistic of a piece of shit are you that you're pulling out your bright ass phone in a dark ass room? I hate those people so much.
There's this clip going around, since we're going to be talking about Minecraft soon, that's actually about Minecraft, and we can't play it because, you'll get, like, hit. But they're all jumping up and screaming like it's some Avengers thing, and it's like...
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, but, like, it ties into this, right? That's like, why would you behave like that in a theater, Like, other people are trying to watch, and you're just blocking the crowd. Like, whatever, wild. Why would people go when they can just go wait at home a couple of months, a couple of weeks, depending on what movie it is, and just watch it at their own convenience?
I think you also get out of the house and go do something,
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Well,
it's just something to do with the family.
Let's talk about Minecraft and how that went this weekend. As there's a lot going on there with Minecraft. Minecraft earned $57 million its opening day, which was the biggest opening day for a video game movie ever, beating Sonic, beating Mario. These are huge movies, and Minecraft crushed them. It says now tracking for $150 million opening weekend, doubling its projected figure. Wrong. This post is from from a couple days ago. It actually quadrupled its initial estimates with $301 million worldwide. The biggest domestic opening weekend ever for a video game movie, $157 million in the States. It already made its budget back. $150 million. It made its budget back the first weekend. Holy shit. We talked about how the reviews were out and people thought it was dog shit. But you know what? It didn't matter. It didn't matter.
Remember the trailer when it dropped?
Mm-hmm.
The trailer got 1 million dislikes.
So you're saying that it's possible for a movie to kind of recover from its initial release, the million dislikes, because we saw, we'll talk about Snow White here in a minute and how well that did this past weekend. But Minecraft, hey man, it's doing it. I said the movie would make $1 billion. I could be wrong. It may make 2. Who knows? By the time this is all said and done.
I think it makes $1 billion for sure.
Yeah. So here is there are some clips here, and I'm just going to play little bits here so we don't get hit, but you can kind of see the reaction from the crowd here. Actually, let's go to this one over here. Actually,
you can't see anybody.
Well, yeah, which is why I don't want to play that. But the one thing that we have seen from this is like the audience going crazy for certain scenes. And I want to show this one here. This is there's this chicken jockey thing, which is a meme. I don't know Minecraft. I played Minecraft like once, and I just didn't really appeal to me. But chicken jockey is apparently a meme, and this is happening in theaters apparently all across America right here.
Like, this is so stupid.
Standing up. It's like it's a bunch of high school kids.
Yeah, but even high school kids should know not to behave like that.
Right.
It's just, maybe it's because people have been waiting so long for somebody to watch in theaters that they just lost their minds. They're like, yes, I'm here. I made it to the movies. I don't know. This is stupid.
Well, you can see more here. Here's another example of this scene.
Like, what is that?
People throwing popcorn and shit.
Everyone's recording. Everybody's on their phones filming. Like, oh my God, we've lost the plot.
You know, part of me is part of me doesn't mind this, but part of me very much minds it. So let me, like, I'm partially okay with this, and part of me is
like,
not.
they're having fun. That's awesome, but at the
Right.
same time, like, it's beyond stupid and
Well,
just rude.
My first thought of this is that this is not the first time we've seen something like this. And this guy over here on X, Roger Clark, says, I saw Minecraft in the theater with my kids last night, and I'm still processing what I saw. The only cinematic experience I can compare the audience participation to is Rocky Horror Picture Show. Blabs, do you know about that?
I don't know if there was some type of thing that happened with it.
Yeah, so Rocky Horror Picture Show. Or
A lot of audience participation.
Right. Says, well, I'll finish this. Says, except it's with teenagers and their phones, and the movie is not even a weekend old, right? So Rocky Horror Picture Show, it's this movie that
I know about the movie. Yeah.
Right. But it has a huge, like, people go to the movie to essentially recite the entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of one of the gimmicks with it. So that's kind of what we're seeing with Minecraft here. That's why I don't have a problem with this if that's what is announced beforehand. Like, if you go to Rocky Horror Picture Show, you know that's what you're going there for. Where I have a problem with this is that this is the opening weekend, and a lot of people are just there to see the movie for the first time with their kids, right? And we've actually seen instances here where people are getting like, cops are being called, and they're being told to, like, yo, chill out. And that's actually the second half of this clip here. That's actually what happens here. Is the crowd is going so crazy that the cops are called.
Okay, Snitch.
Why are they kicked out?
We don't know. But the point, I guess, people are being disruptive, and people are actually getting kicked out of the movies. So, like I said, part of me, I don't mind it if it's advertised as like an audience participation show. But for people who are there with their kids, seeing it for the first time, and they're getting popcorn and shit thrown on them, that's where I have, like, an issue with it, right? Obviously. Kids want to have fun. Fucking A, have fun. I love it. I also have issues with this, which is what happens after the movies. Have you seen these, where these theater workers have to go in and clean these theaters after, where there's just popcorn all over the place?
I've seen some, like, justify this though and say, you're giving us something to do, because most theaters are pretty squeaky clean now.
Yeah. So some people are happy that this has happened. I can't imagine being happy going into.
I wouldn't be, but I have seen that conversation online before.
I'm pretty sure the theaters are squeaky clean now because there's nothing else for them to do but just clean because no one else was there. But now this is there, and they're not going to clean it thoroughly. You know that.
Well, and once again, you're dealing with high school kids. Everybody in those videos are like dudes between the age of 14 and 18, right? 17. Like, they're all freshman through senior in high schools, and they're just looking to have a good fucking time. That's really all they're looking to do. They're going out, tearing it down, and fine, awesome, but still clean up after yourself. And we all know, high school boys are messy as shit. So that's a snowball's chance in hell right there. So, but the Minecraft movie has been obviously a tremendous success. $301 million its opening weekend. It's going to make $1 billion. It's going to do it. And whether it's good or not, I don't know. I'm not going to go see it. My kids don't have a whole lot of interest in seeing it. But it's done exceptionally well. So good for Jack Black and Jason Momoa. What's his name? Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa.
Aquaman.
Yeah. And everybody
Lobo
else.
now.
Yes. But let's talk about one movie that has not performed very well. Flash. Snow White. Snow White.
Favorite
It's petering
Latina
out,
princess.
She's there. Snow White has earned $1.5 million on Friday. Domestic gross now stands at $72 million. And a film is in serious danger of not even hitting $100 million in North America. A disastrous result for a $250 million Hollywood production. Flash, who could have saw this coming?
Definitely not Rachel Zegler, who thought people would be lining up to see her.
She did. I think that was her thing. As long as people line up to see me, right? What was that quote she said? Something along.
I forget who she was quoting, but she was like, "I hope that no matter what I say, people will still line up to see me."
Well, they did.
Wrong.
You're fired.
Did you look at that chart? Jesus delivered some divine judgment to her.
No, I didn't. What chart? What are you talking about?
Just pull up the box office. That Chosen Part 2.
Okay, hold on. Box office results. Let's see. This is let's see. Box office results this week. And you said she got beat by a Jesus movie?
Yeah, that animation one that has a lot of big actors in it.
Jesus came down from heaven and delivered some divine judgment on her.
It's got like everyone from Mark Hamill to like James Arnold Taylor in it.
Wait, Mark Hamill's in a Jesus movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's in that?
I could have sworn I saw his name in there when I was looking it up like 2 weeks ago.
Holy shit. I've never seen this before. $38,000 a theater? Holy moly. That's
hallelujah.
Crazy. Yeah, praise the Minecraft gods. A Working Man. That's that Jason Statham movie that finished number 2. And the
somebody said in the chat he was probably Judas.
That's funny. Oh man. Captain America Brave New World. It's about to hit $200 million total gross. Made just over $1 million over the weekend. Oh, that Mickey 17 movie. That movie hasn't done very well.
4th place.
There you go. Snow White limping in $6 million, losing out to Jesus. That's just funny to say.
The Lord has spoken.
Oh man, Minecraft's gonna be there forever. They
yeah. Until Thunderbolts comes out, I don't think they have anything in their way.
Okay, so the movie I was talking about that has Mark Hamill in it, the Jesus movie, that's the King of Kings, and that's not out yet.
Okay.
That comes out in like 3 days. That comes out April 11th. That's with Angel Studios.
Mark Hamill's in that?
Yeah, so there's like a shit ton of people. Mark Hamill is King Herod. You Rob? Yeah, him. And if you want to know who plays Jesus, Oscar Isaac is voicing Jesus. It's an animation movie. Got a lot of big names in it, actually. And voice actors, like big voice actors, like James Arnold Taylor, Jim Cummings, Vanessa Marshall. I even think Matt Lanter was in it, maybe? Don't remember. Anyway.
I wonder how Moloch feels about him being in that movie.
Is Craig still there?
Yeah, sorry. I'm looking at it.
Pondering life.
I kind of started to ponder life. Yeah, that's good.
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, it's not been advertised very well. But, yeah. Seems okay. Decent movie.
Okay. So there you go. We have Minecraft news for you. Joey.
Spoilers,
says, by the way,
but does Jesus die in it?
Nailed to the cross. It's tough. Joey says, by the way, I just read that the Switch 2 will not have an achievement system. Oh, wow.
Yes, it does. If you have the app, you'll see them on your phone.
Okay.
It does have. they go to your phone's account. So like you have the Nintendo Online app. I've seen them for the Zelda game, for Breath of the Wild. There are achievements now.
Thanks, Joey. Crazy T says, Craig, are you going to Epic Universe? I would love to. Would love to do a show there. Probably not going to happen, but would love to. JJ says, that's a lot of autism going on in movie theaters. Das Pooch says, lol, what? Daikatana wasn't pre-internet. It was going from 1997 to 2000 to 2000. Pre-Screw Attack, yes. But every video game site covered it during that time. Oh, yeah, for sure. I get what you're saying. But I mean, when I think like pre-internet, I mean like yes, there were a lot of coverage about it. I'm thinking modern internet, I think, is a better way to say it, right? Video coverage, talking about things in video format, live streams, things like that. So Joey says, Blabs, everyone behave like those kids in Minecraft for Infinity War and Endgame.
Nobody was standing on each other's shoulders in those theaters. They were all like, yeah, like everyone was pumped and like woohoo, but like everyone was sort of behaving besides the cheering. There was no like jumping around like hooligans. Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Matt says, I think the reason for the reaction is that there is such an over-reliance on nostalgia that this is the first time kids have something to relate to. Oh, interesting perspective. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. We are 12 of our Montez Supers into our goal. Let's see if we can get there today. We'd love to get there. We need 8 more to get to our Montez. By the way, speaking of, we do have our Montez creator. If you guys haven't seen it, it's over on Plus. It's available for everybody. So all you need to do is make an account over on Side Scrollers Plus. It is free to make an account. By the way, that is it says it's not available for. I'm going to make sure that's available for everybody so everybody can see that. Hold on. Let me edit. Let me literally do that right now as we're going. So yeah, and then we have this from Keyrock Blabs. Will you read that real quick while I make this edit?
Keyrock says, I would love for Sega to partner with somebody make a dragon theme park. Imagine walking around Kamurocho with the Yakuza having fights in the alleys. Karaoke, sign me up. Thank you very much. And then SBZ says, the Lord saw woke Snow White and he said, get wrecked.
Get wrecked.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Hey, Flash.
That blasphemous harlot.
Hey, Flash. I feel like you need to go to some sensitivity training.
Yeah,
And
I've heard that before.
I've not seen these. So Blabs has pulled up some highlight reels from actual harassment and sensitivity training that are used by some of the top Fortune 500 companies. I have not seen these. Blabs, have you watched these?
Yes, I have.
Is
this real?
Are these 4 videos here?
I've seen that clip of the midget. These are real?
These are real. There's an article pulled up.
Okay, let's all react to them together, okay? This is going to be great.
Hey, Speedy Gonzalez! Slow your roll, man. Come talk with me.
Look, Ken, one last time. I don't find that funny. I'd appreciate if you'd stop calling me that.
Okay, man. Whatever you say. As soon as you find a sense of humor. Remember back before all
He just looks at the camera. Hey, seriously, listen.
this PC stuff, back when we could just be ourselves? Hey, Raymond, you old dog. Get any this weekend?
Has anybody ever spoken like that ever?
You
Or
old dog.
Hey, hey, Blabs, you old dog. You get any this weekend? I think.
Yeah, like I don't know how people respond to that.
Hey,
After watching that, we need a palate cleanser. Here, let me pull this up for you.
Oh, there's still 2 more to go, and this one might be
well,
my favorite.
All right, let's hold off on this then.
Yeah, we have more. And Blabs, I think that's how I'm going to introduce you every day from here on out.
The old dog.
Hey, Blabs, you old dog. You get any last night?
Jesus Christ.
Here we go.
Look, Ken, this is really
Oh, no.
I told you this one was my favorite.
Look, Ken. It's ma'am.
Come on back, you old dog. Press play.
I'm going to GameStop after. You want to come with me after work?
Sorry.
Look, Ken, this is really none of your business. And not an appropriate topic for work. Hey, look, man. Or whatever. You're really kind of creeping everybody out. I'm just trying to get my head around why somebody would want to do this to themselves, you know? Trying to understand. Be sympathetic.
You look like a linebacker.
Whatever.
You know, he's gonna kick Ken's ass over there. Oh my god.
I check the stalls before you go to the bathroom.
Oh man. Hey, this dude over here has got some broad ass shoulders. I'll tell you what. Oh man. What? I think she should just kick his ass. Just saying. I think that'd be a good solution here. Marius wants to know which one of them is disabled. Hey, thanks, Marius. Appreciate that. Winterbill says Montez DSP had a birthday stream. As of morning, it has only 90 views. Safe to say you won this whole conflict. Cheers. Oh, it's not about winning or losing. Whoop says, stop it. I just watched these last month. Are you serious, Whoop? No way.
Yeah, these clips come from Skillsoft, which is.
Hold on, Blabs, go again.
Oh, did I just get disconnected?
Yeah, go ahead, Blabs. What were you saying?
Okay, that's better now. So, Skillsoft is an online learning platform that is building the teams that company needs. So these clips are from Skillsoft.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah, and supposedly, apparently, I don't know, can't confirm, but they go to top Fortune 500 companies. So
right. All right. Let's see how this goes.
Hey, slow down, man, or we're gonna have to get you a racing stripe, wave a checkered flag.
Let me ask you one last time to stop with the comments. It's insulting.
It's just a joke, man. Relax. What do you think? Did I harass Luis?
No, because here's the thing. If somebody's walking fast down the hallway and you say, whoa, slow down, how about we get some racing stripes on that? It's the same damn thing. Moving along. I don't know. Whatever. How fucking stupid. There's more here?
Okay, I get it. You know, though, obese people aren't a protected class, and surely you've noticed Ed in accounting is really packing on the pounds lately. He's going to need his own area code soon.
Yes,
do you
fat
think we
shaming
should
works.
tell him?
It does. Look at Lizzo.
Yeah.
Lizzo looks better now.
If I'm a company, I'm excited for people to lose weight. I don't have to worry about all the nonsense that goes along
the health
with
insurance.
the health insurance, right? You got healthy employees. They're going to last. They're going to work longer. It's going to be great.
Do you think we should tell him we're concerned about his weight? I mean, can't be healthy be carrying all that around, can it?
That's harassment?
Supposedly, that's fat shaming, fat phobia, so they consider it harassment.
Wow. This guy's based.
I really like Ken.
Get the palate cleanser. Watch this. It's safe. This is safe for work.
All right. Let me pull this. There we go. Oh, these are great.
The fuck was that? What's up, buddy?
I think we played this one.
Yeah, these are awesome.
Oh my God.
That's my favorite.
I'm gonna check on her. Next day. Ain't like that last one.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think my favorite one's the boat.
That's so funny. Oh my God. Ken's the type of guy who would make those videos. And I got to be honest, Ken's the type of guy that 80% of America is a friend with because they talk like Ken and it's okay. Evil white man Ken stars in harassment and sensitivity training videos. Oh, that's so funny. Great stuff. Ken's the only one with personality. Ken's the hero we need. Yeah, but I had to sit through this one and they make it so you can't fast forward. Oh my gosh. Wow. Man,
Ken is Ken enough.
Amazing stuff. Well, it's a damn shame that we just can't have fun anymore. And Blabs, I think I'm going to make you and Phoenix watch Ken sensitivity training videos. Not to maybe that's part of working at Side Scrollers is you have to watch the Ken.
I'm HR. I make the rules.
Let me finish here, but and you don't just get to make yourself HR, Blabs.
This was decided like 3 years ago.
All right. So here's the thing. I'm going to make you watch it, but you have to do a reaction to it, and we have to put it on Plus. That's the thing. You have to watch all these things and react to it with in the best reaction possible. I love that.
Why do you not like me?
I don't like anybody.
That's fair.
That's been established. Yes, this is good. God, this is awesome. I love it. All right, let's go ahead and go with some of these supers real quick, guys. At 15 of our 20 supers today, let's get to our Montez goal today. We'll love that. Les, why don't you read this off? I got to go take a potty break. I'll be right back.
Oh, big words. Derek says, last night my 8-year-old daughter decided to watch Good Burger, and when it was over, she changed it to Clarissa Explains It All. We had it good in the 90s, and my kids would agree. Thank you very much. Gear says, Yellow Flash does a better VA than any Western VAs.
Thank you.
Did you ever think about doing VA?
No.
Are you going to do like some sort of VA for your comic coming out?
Well, we have some in the trailer with a lot more motion from the comic. Dillard did some. He's got a nice baritone voice.
You should just like throw in your voice in there and just see if anyone catches it and be like, it was me. That'd be funny. Like a little Easter egg. Ankle says, I may disagree, but you can't deny the success of Minecraft so far. Imagine how the theaters would have been in 93 for SMBM with social media. I mean, I'm not denying that Minecraft isn't a success, but like, sometimes even stuff is success, even if it's still shit, you know? Joey says, that's Brock Lesnar with a wig. And then Manny says, evil white man Ken for Smash Bros. Thanks very much. All right, I'm going to pull up some topic because Craig just left and I don't even know what he wants to talk about. Actually, I was going to save this for tomorrow, but have you been seeing the Mission Impossible trailer came out today?
I haven't seen it, no.
So I don't think we can play it, unfortunately, because obviously we'll be hit. But I can like, oh, you're here now. Never mind then.
It's me.
I was gonna say that Mission Impossible trailer came out for the last one. I can't play it, obviously, but
yeah,
people are hyped for it.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. You know, total side note. On my way to go to the potty, I checked the stock market today because I was told that the stock market's supposed to drop like 50 points today or something.
Good thing I buy gold.
It's down less than 1%. I thought today was supposed to be like the day where the stock market just crashed. I'm not going to pretend like I know a whole lot about stocks and stuff, but that doesn't sound like a big crash to me. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm just too dumb. It's probably what it is.
I don't pay too much attention to it. It goes up and down. Everybody's fear-mongering right now, so I don't put a stock into it.
Look at this. Winterfell says I put $160,000 in the market today. Winterfell, you put $160,000 in the market today? Makes you become a Plus member. Makes you head over and become a member at sidescrollersplus.com. Don't use that promo code. What's that?
Holy shit!
Yeah, good for him, man.
That's buying the dip.
Yeah, good for you.
He says, I am.
I know. Everyone follow Winterfell as he's big dollar. Let's go. Thank you so much, Winterfell. Appreciate that support. And yes, is a Plus member, which is outstanding. All right. This is interesting. From Insider Gaming, which I think insidergaming.com is probably the best when it comes to video game journalism right now. They do a pretty good job of keeping things straight-laced, and specifically Tom Henderson. Tom Henderson has done a very good job of reporting on things. We've talked about the new company, the subsidiary that's going to be under Ubisoft, and with Tencent, or Tencent has 25% ownership of that. Do you recall that flash that happened a couple weeks ago?
I don't know. I don't see if you jog my memory.
So Tencent came in. It was a week after Assassin's Creed Shadow.
Oh, yeah.
And they make this new subsidiary here. Well, apparently investors at Ubisoft are kind of pissed and investors are demanding Ubisoft to renegotiate with Tencent in the subsidiary deal and initiate legal proceedings here. Blabs, I want you to go to read this off real fast, so because you're a good reader and I can't.
This is true. Can you zoom in a little bit?
Okay.
Today.
More?
Thank
More?
you. It's just a delay. A minority shareholder and a growing coalition of shareholders have issued an open letter to Ubisoft to initiate legal proceedings around the recently announced Ubisoft and Tencent subsidiary deal, which ironically, I haven't seen anything Ubisoft said about it. Just funny enough. In an open letter to Ubisoft, which was sent to Insider Gaming, the letters demand that Ubisoft hold an extraordinary general meeting, EGM, to give shareholders the right to vote on the recent subsidiary deal. For those not in the know, an EGM is a special kind of meeting that's held outside of annual general meetings, AGM, to discuss significant issues that cannot wait. So basically like an emergency meeting. The letter, which was sent by the minority shareholder AJ Investments, demands that shareholders can vote on 2 separate resolutions when it comes to Tencent deal. Go.
AJ Investment, though, that's the company that that was actually looking to go in and they've been a thorn kind of in Ubisoft's side pretty much from the start. So
are those activist investors?
Not
in the
yes.
activist you would think. That's an actual thing.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah, they are a thorn in anybody's side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm literally looking at the Ubisoft website, and they haven't said a peep about this. Funny enough.
Well, of course not. They're not gonna. This is all internal stuff. Yeah.
Well, no, like the whole Tencent announcement and all that stuff. Not a peep.
So here are the resolutions that they want.
Resolution 1 is to renegotiate the Tencent deal and have it restructured into a direct asset sale for no less than 4 billion euros, which is roughly the valuation already accepted by both Tencent and Ubisoft's board. AJ Investment says that at the moment, shareholders have no clarity how the deal that was announced last week will eventually benefit shareholders of Ubisoft. Resolution 2 for the EMG would be to vote on a distribution of an extraordinary dividend. It said that following the sale, if shareholders vote for it, Ubisoft shall return 23 euros per share in cash to shareholders, totaling 3 billion euros, while preserving. AJ Investment said the reason for such extreme measures is because the shareholders are not sure whether they will get a significant benefit from this transaction. Ubisoft's share price fell more than 20% on usually high volume. This signals a clear verdict from investors. The proposed deal is deeply flawed, structured to bypass mandatory public offer rules, and designed to entrench control by the Guillemot family, who now hold less than 10% of the company's economic interest. Following the deal of the announcement at the time of writing, Ubisoft stock has fallen 24% since the subsidiary deal announcement, which will see 3 of Ubisoft's most valuable IPs move to a new subsidiary.
All right. Well, it's interesting that they're not happy about it by any means. And, hey, it is what it is. I think that they have every right to be because they weren't brought into the conversation. But will anything come from it? Probably not. Not likely. So, yeah. I don't know. I like the Ubisoft stuff. I'm just kind of burnt out on talking about Ubisoft, if that makes sense. Yeah,
I am too.
It's one of those things where they had such a shitty 2024. Now I'm just ready for a resolution here, right? And if the resolution is this new subsidiary, okay, fine. But damn. I still want to go back to Winterfell dumping $160,000 into the stock market today. Holy shit. Like, what did you buy, dude? What are you buying? What are you selling? What are you buying? Well, says somebody bust out the COD Requis clip for Flash. It's the best palate cleanser ever. Yes, the Requis. Requis?
I think it's Requis.
Requis, that's what it was. Yes. That's right. Flash, have you seen that?
I don't know, maybe.
Let me see if I can pull this up really fast. Blabs, why don't you read this from Gear, and I'll pull up the Call of Duty Requis.
Okay, Gear says, Yellow Flash, Genshin English voice actors have all forgotten the former Tinari English voice actor drama and Shotaro Morikubu. IFA got outed for criticizing English voice actor BSCN censorship.
I've seen a little bit of this.
A lot of abbreviations.
I I don't know all the details. I just saw some of that on social media of what's going on there. But like I said, I'm not surprised. English voice actors are mostly, the majority of them are pieces of shit.
Yeah, a few of them just want to be left alone, which is sad. Mighty for 2 says, on a good note, UB shit hit a new low at $1.81 today. Ha 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 ha! If they drop under $1, it'll be delisted. Thank you. And Ericais for $20 says, imagine being famous for defending yourself from hostile takeovers to end up selling yourself to China. Yeah.
Total side note here before we get to this this Call of Duty clip. Did you see kind of the crash out that happened over the weekend by some like influencers and stuff talking about like we saw? I'll pull some of these up really fast. Like, did you see Victor Lucas? Do you know who Victor Lucas is?
Who?
Flash.
What's he known for?
Electric Playground. It's Canadian, right? And Andre, who is the founder of Game Explain. Like, do you see them like I get it. It's social media, people reacting. Like, first off, the guy from Game Explain says, it's absolutely bonkers how one man is just absolutely wrecking everything, even Nintendo and its customers, even though there's a certain irony to how the keep politics out of my games people are now being forced to deal with it thanks to their own actions. Also, while I'm riled up, the attack on trans people from this admin has been absolutely fucking disgusting. There's only 1% of the damn population, and yet they won't shut the fuck up about people just trying to live their lives. Leave them alone. They aren't hurting anyone. # trans rights. So this is Andre from Game Explain. There's that. We saw Victor Lucas, who is, like I said, formerly of Electric Playground. I've talked about his stuff. It's, there's some nostalgia there for a lot of folks. Been doing this for a long time. But he really went crazy talking about, Trump over the weekend and just kind of going crazy. Don't vote for Trump. Shit, am I too late? Here we are. Angry video game players taking back their country from a wannabe dictator, and the world's lamest Bond villain would be the most implausible movie script ever written. And yet, are you paying attention now?
So insufferable.
Yeah, it's just like, God. Like, I get it. You're emotional right now. I totally understand. I get it. You're sad.
Raise the tariff prices.
Like I said,
that's what he makes me want to say. I can't. I hate these anti-Trump people. They're so fucking annoying.
It's all they have, man. It's like
their life.
Literally all they have.
Their life.
It's crazy. Let's see if you've seen this here, Flash. This is the famous Call of Duty Requis clip. We saw this a couple weeks ago, and I laughed my ass off here.
How about 4? Oh, I'm flat. I just spit a little bit. Oh my fucking God! Dude, why is it that when I flash somebody, it's like I just slapped them in the face with a fucking napkin from a little kid's birthday party? But when I get fucking flashed, it's like some big brolic black dude named fucking Requis pulls a fucking bed sheet over the head of my head and just proceeds to skull fuck me!
I've seen this, yeah.
Spawn die. Spawn die, spawn die, spawn die, spawn die, spawn die, spawn die!
Rage.
Good old Requis over there. That's
Get
great.
Good.
All right. Gear came back, says, just buy Ubi already and take over their board of directors. The most offensive and over-sexualized 10-cent AC is the best. Assassin's Creed. F for French. There we go, Gear. All right. There we go. Let's see if we got anything else here before we wrap. Oh, we had a couple quick hits here before we finish up here, Flash. Did you see that Bungie revealed Marathon is going to be, I guess, revealed? They revealed that it's going to be revealed on April 12th. It's the studio's first IP in over 10 years. Did you see the trailer for it?
Is this a new trailer?
Let's check this out.
Is this going to be single player or like a fucking online Destiny style game?
I bet it's online Destiny style.
Mm.
Yes, Marathon is a remake. Yes.
The fuck is going on?
I have no idea.
This is a very slow trailer.
You got the pink pussycat.
That's fucking garbage trailer.
Yeah, that's terrible marketing. It didn't do anything for me. I'm like, eh.
Didn't get you excited, Blabs, to go out and play?
No, it really
some
didn't.
Marathon?
I'm like,
No?
it's lacking in everything.
There's nothing going on, literally.
It looks like you died. Went to kitty heaven there.
So this is going to be PvE?
Okay, so yes, it says that this is going to be a PvPvE. So here we go. Oh, here we go. Right here we have this from 4D Gaming directly underneath it. Oops. For those wondering, Becoming a Runner is Bungie's new sci-fi PvP extraction shooter. Compete the survival riches for survival riches and renown in the world of evolve. Okay, whatever. Sounds good. PvP extraction shooter. So there we are.
The original one came out in 1994.
Yeah, long time ago.
Yeah, forever ago.
30 years ago.
Yeah. Also saw this as well from Jeff Keighley. He says Microsoft has created an AI generated replica of Quake 2 you can play in your browser. Every frame is created on the fly by an AI world model. Check this out, Flash. You want to talk about where video games are going? There's an AI generated world built around Quake 2. Done in AI instantaneously. Got any thoughts on that?
It's impressive.
Yep. Shooting enemies. Has hit detection, creating a world, all done in AI in real time, apparently. So that's, I mean, you can't really see a whole lot of movement on the, looking around and such, but still, man, that's pretty crazy to see. And the fact that this is AI and all done in real time, like this is the future, y'all. You may not. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's it. I think in the next 3 years you will be playing games that have been developed solely through AI.
I don't disagree. There's just nothing to stop it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's a tool. You got to embrace it. You're gonna have to embrace it. And like I said, there will be full. It'll start as like a novelty. Someone's going to release a $10 all AI game, right? And it's going to sell 1 million copies. And then someone's going to go in and they're going to go, well, I can make one for $20. And then they make one, an AI generated game for $20. And then all the big guys are going to get involved, and everything's going to be AI here, and then very, very soon. But yeah, it's nuts. All right. That's a pretty good place to stop. We are going to fall 4 yellow supers away from our Montez goal today. God damn, that's okay. Hey, stock market is all over the place. We get it.
Craig needs this money to pay his bills. Come on now. You got the electric bill, the internet bill.
Don't you DSP me. Don't you DSP me. I will never say I need money to pay bills. Although I'll tell you this, our investments did take a big right.
Yeah, so step it up.
No, stop. No, just go become a free member over on Plus. That's all I ask. Gear says Jeff flashbanged his own teammate. Absolute cinema. Thank you very much, Gear. Appreciate that. All right. Let's get out of here, guys. We're going to go over to actually our post show is going to we're going to hold off on Fridays for that. If you recall, we're going to start doing that on Fridays for our call-in show exclusively on Plus. Skullfuck47 says, we need AI real-time dead or alive Venus vacation. Thanks, Skullfuck. Appreciate that. All right. Let's get out of here, guys. Have a great rest of your day. We will see you guys when we're back at it tomorrow at 11 a.m. Don't forget, this week we have 2 big premieres, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday. We have Blabs Versus coming up at pretty much right after the show tomorrow with Super Mario Brothers 2. And then we have Nerd Duel on Thursday with Mally Mouse, Melee, and Vera Dark. So hopefully you guys come back for those. We will see you guys tomorrow when we're back at it again. Blabs, who's joining us tomorrow on the show?
We have Wicked Virtue tomorrow.
Ooh, Wicked.
So you're outnumbered. Haha.
Outnumbered by the Waymans. All right, guys, hit the thumbs up button on your way out. We'd greatly appreciate it. Head over to SideScrollersPlus.com if we provide any value to you and become a supporter over there. Once again, use promo code April. Get $30 off your annual membership. Do it right now. Make today the day. Make today the day where you head on over there. You guys have a great rest of your day. What's that, Blabs?
Do it. I feel like we need the Shia LaBeouf clip. Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have a great rest of your day. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got to go. Go get it. Stay safe out there. See you later. Bye-bye.
Fatality.
And wow.